Bothering the Band is brought to you by Make a Tee Online. Every band needs t-shirts to promote themselves, and every fan needs cool t-shirts to show off their love of a band. At our Bothering the Band t-shirt store, you can get your favorite Bothering the Band shirt, or you can make your own. Just stalk Make a Tee Online on all social media platforms and use code BOTHERME for 10% off your order of $20 or more. That's Bother Me on Make a Tee Online. We have a great episode today with Kevin Whelan, formerly of the 90s indie darlings, the Wrens, who is releasing his long-awaited solo project, Aeon Station. The songs are great, and the interview is even better.
Hello.
Kevin, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Welcome to Bothering the Band. My
you.
name is Ryan. This is Abby. It's a pleasure to have you on our fun, silly podcast.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. That's so awesome. So cool. Thank you.
Of course. I'd just like to thank our mutual friend Ray for setting this up as well.
Yeah.
He really knows us by now. He knows our aesthetic. And I'll be honest with you, I've been listening to the 3 songs
on
Spotify pretty much for, off and on for a couple weeks or whatever. But today it's just on loop. It's just been on a loop.
Oh, wow, man. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Thank you. It's, I'm super honored. That's for sure. Right. And thank you. Excuse me. I got so excited I spilled my drink.
I hope it's nothing that will stain.
It's always nothing.
Okay. I was saying I'm a big fan of the Wrens too. So.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're making great music, and we're happy to have you on the show.
I must confess, I'm just super excited to be here. Actually, this is so far the only, I can't even tell you, I'm super excited to do this, right? It's, because you get like a lot of requests to have interviews and stuff like that. And this one I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting that I actually been prepping for this. It's like a meeting, yes, I went back and done homework. I have charts, graphs, maybe some metrics, some analytics. But yeah, thank you. It really was super enjoyable to me. So thank you. Your work is now inspiring me in like writing. So I was like, oh wow, really cool. Thank you.
Oh, cool, man. I'm so excited. Well, we might throw you for a loop. We got some real dumb questions for you today.
Oh boy, I'm ready.
Well, just so how are you doing today? How's your day going?
Day's good.
First real silly question, and I'm curious how you feel about this. What's it like to be an quote unquote indie darling?
Oh my goodness. You would imagine us to have dimples, when reality, like, saddle shoes. But I don't know, we've been a band for so long, man. It's like, over 30 years. And we were old guys when we sort of, were having success with the metal amps, right? And the music. So we never see it and feel it in that way, right? Mm-hmm. We never ever consider it. We always consider ourselves the same band from, Secaucus, New Jersey, just trying to make it. That's for sure.
I've been to Secaucus. Where are you in the world right now?
I live in Berkeley Heights, which is sort of just 15 minutes near the Newark airport. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've flown in and out of the Newark airport quite a bit, taking the path over that way. And
yeah, there you go. Next time, let me know. I can pick you up.
That'd be funny. Like in a year from now,
you're like, hey, I'm stuck. Could you pick me up?
I'm here, and you're like, who?
I'd come over.
How do you say your last name? We were having a debate.
Yeah, well, the way the Irish will say it is Whelan, right? And my grandmother, she came to the United States and she wanted to be posh, so she changed it to Whelan. I don't know why. So whenever I talk to my Irish colleagues, it's all like, it's Whelan, and then like, because it's spelled with an H-E. So yeah. So, but I say Whelan, like a whale.
Whalen. Okay. So I thought it was, I assumed Whalen. Abby was closer with Whelan. So
There you go. Like
we'll meet in the
Waylon
middle.
Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll meet in the middle. We have a mutual friend named Brooks Whelan, who's a
Ah,
comedian.
there you
So
go.
that threw me off a little
That's a
bit,
cool
but he
name.
has two E's in his last name.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
right. Yeah, you've
Whelan.
seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's all from Phelan or Phelan. Like that's it's Ophélian. It's like the whole kind of genesis of the name.
Ah,
It's
all
not
right.
Gaelic.
Have you ever ridden in the back of a pickup truck on a New Jersey highway?
uh, I know I have not had the luxury of doing that. No, I have not. I'm only thinking of like Bruce Springsteen or something. No, I haven't done that yet.
Well, you can write a song about it. You don't have to, art doesn't have to come directly from life. It comes from danger. The New Jersey
Yeah,
highways are very dangerous and they save money on zero signs. So you're like, oh, I need to get off at the next exit. The next exit, you already
that
passed.
is. Where are you from?
I'm from Florida, but I used to live in New York for a very long time.
You are hitting on it. Anyone who's ever been in New Jersey, and we New Jersey people, there are no signs. I mean, there's a proliferation of crazy signs. I mean, absolutely nothing. But you're exactly right. New Jersey is the land of like the shitty signs. It just doesn't matter, for sure.
Well, in Florida, so we're both from Florida, and
Oh, nice.
on a highway in Florida, it's like your exit is in 2 miles, your exit is
Yeah,
in
I
one
know.
mile, your exit is in 0.5 miles, your
Why
exit
is
is
that?
in.
Is that for the senior population, or is it just it's really like the groove of Florida?
I think they're
Tourists.
like, let's make fun. Tourists, you're right.
Tourists.
Tourists. That's right.
Yeah, in New
See, that just goes to
Jersey,
show you no one's coming to New Jersey for a trip.
I
Outside
will
of
defend New Jersey that it gets a bad rap. New Jersey, beautiful, like
It's very
West,
pretty,
you
beautiful
know.
gardens. Yes, gorgeous parks. Garden State, Cape May. If you want beaches and stuff, it's got a lot of nice stuff for sure.
Yeah,
Mountains up north, it's really nice. Yeah,
of course, and it gets shit on a lot, but
it certainly does.
it is very nice. I worked in Jersey City, which is not the best part of the state, but I had fun. I was young and dumb,
Oh,
so
it's a lot of fun, man. You're right in the middle of everything, right?
yeah.
You're just all right and connected.
Have you ever jumped a turnstile in Queens,
Ever jumped a turnstile in
or
Queens?
jumped a turnstile at all?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I know it's terrible to say. I actually, um, I actually got a gun pulled on me, in the subway because I lived in I live in the outside of New York City, but I worked in New York City since 1992, and yeah, I was with a friend at the time, and I just asked somebody if they could, I kind of like said, oh, excuse me, and I tapped somebody on the shoulder, and with that, this person just turns around and like goes just like that with the gun right in my face, and they had mirrored sunglasses, and it was me, and I was with a friend, and she was just like, and I was like, that's it, we're done. I mean, I really was looking down a barrel. I was like, wow. And he said nothing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and he just ran away. I was like, boy, there you go. There's a New York story.
Oh my goodness! Don't scare Abby. She's never been. I
Oh
keep
gosh, no,
telling.
Abby, listen, that was in the early '90s. It's much nicer now, that's for sure. But you do see everything in New York, that's for sure. Don't be too scared.
She's obsessed with the pizza rat.
Yeah, the pizza rat.
That's what she's like, is that real? Um,
It's real.
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
What is your personal favorite 90s band?
Ooh, my favorite '90s band. Wow, there's well. It all depends. I would have to say the most pivotal '90s band was, of course, right, Nirvana. You know, I remember the moment I heard Nirvana. I was an intern at Arista Records.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was a total geek, right? I was in the publicity department with a bunch of other people that were in bands in very New York City, and yeah, we would just take all the cuttings from the press clippings, and I would do like Sarah McLachlan and Whitney Houston, and we would post all their things. Anyway, long story short, is the boss. This is very '90s. The boss in the office used to go on her lunch break and get a ton of cocaine in the Central Park, come back to the office, do coke in the office, and play music, right? And she did this one day. She came back and she had an advanced copy of Nevermind, and it was like, I don't know. All the interns, it was like a moment. It was like the Beatles kind of thing. Like all the interns just froze. It was like, what the hell is that sound and that voice? So I would say that. But bands like Pixies, Pavement, kind of those are the bands that I loved.
Yeah. Oh, I like that your answer had a subsequent story of, cocaine and.
I wish and the big boss would come and knock on the door. And it's so rock and roll. The big door, she would knock, like, no cocaine for lunch. I was like, okay, this is welcome to the music business.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite 90s fashion?
Ooh, Limp Bizkit.
Just Limp Bizkit
just straight
fashion.
Up, like just as a whole sort of ethos, what it was about. Because sadly, I was in my 20s at the time. I was like, no, my generation cannot be about Limp Bizkit. This is going to kill me. Or like Sugar Ray, even though, Sugar Ray's song here doesn't hurt anyone, but Limp Bizkit probably hurt society, I think, for a while. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a stinger.
It's a tough one.
You're getting an applause.
It's the perfect answer.
It was tough, right? It was just like, no, where did they come from? Oh no, was this created in some like big record producer's like dream? And how do they find this one guy to be so obnoxious and annoying?
No, it was created in Florida.
I sadly realized that when I'm saying this. I'm sorry. I apologize because I was like, oh fuck, I think they're from Florida.
We also gave you Tom Petty, so it's okay.
Listen, yeah, that's right. You're talking about like Beethoven of music, right? For sure.
We could go down the list, and there are really good ones and some really bad ones.
It's a shady decade. That's for sure. I agree.
Oh man, that's fun. Do you remember the cartoon or comic book? I'm gonna mess this up, but Aeon Flux.
I do.
Do you remember this? That's where my mind went to.
Yeah, no, totally. And it kind of came into my mind, of course, right? I'd be lying if I didn't, especially because that cartoon was so weird at the time, right? I saw a couple of it. I have never really been into comics or that kind of stuff, but there's no way you cannot remember that stylistic cartoon, right? It was like S&M and futuristic. Mm-hmm. It was really like super cutting, it was cutting edge at that time. And, I can't remember. I think the director, right? It was a Korean director, something like that, but it was really a cutting edge kind of design.
I mean, this is all stemming from a 90s aesthetic, and that was what was it called? Liquid Television is when
that's
like
right.
on MTV.
Yeah, that's right. That's what. Yeah.
It debuted in that, and then it got its own spinoff. Charlize Theron did a movie of it.
How was the movie? I never saw the movie.
I never saw that film either.
Yeah.
Have you? Let's watch it. Let's just skip this and go watch that.
That's
film.
right.
Have you made any interesting observations today?
Oddly enough, I was driving back, and this is to tie it in, and I'm very proud of the record and humble, but I was saying to myself, it's not Tom Petty worthy. A hand up to God. It was so weird. I'm partying right outside my house. I was driving up the road, and I was like, God, wow. It's like, it's not like Tom Petty, So yes, that was my observation of music today.
Worthy of him listening, or
just worthy of him, just him and his Tom Pettiness,
Yeah.
And sadly, when you're in a band for 1,000 years, like I've been, one of my favorite stories is with Tom Petty. So we were playing at the Viper Room, right? So we had a big showcase. We drove from New Jersey to LA to play the Viper Room, and it was going to be a big freaking deal. So we got in there or a big deal in our minds, because we were playing like that room, right? The infamous kind of Viper Room. So anyway, we get in there, sound check. It's probably like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful LA sun, but in the club it's dark, right? Just like all bands kind of do sound check. Anyway, in walks this guy, and he's just he's screaming holy murder. And he's like, Johnny, Johnny. And he's screaming, and he's obviously completely blasted out of his mind. And he came in through a side door, and I'm standing right at the bar, putting on my strings for the bass. And I turn around and look at this guy screaming, and it's Tom Petty. It is the Tom Petty. And I'm literally like just 3 feet away from him, and he's just screaming, looking for Johnny Depp.
I was gonna say, he owned it at the time. Yeah.
And he's just screaming his brains out. And then this woman comes in, and she sort of like handles him, right? Because he's just trashed. It's beautiful. It's like 12:30 in the afternoon. Sunny's LA. It's just, you couldn't imagine a better rock moment. And he looks at me, he's like, who are you? I said, Mr. Petty, whatever. I said, we're in the band. Do you want to see our show? He's like, no.
Oh man.
Yeah. And he just walked out. I mean, it was the best. It was a moment. It was like, and he came in and he walked out. Yeah. So it was great.
At least you have a Tom Petty moment,
Listen, that's how I'm telling you. And it was so cool because he's so like iconic, and you see him like, holy shit, that's him. I can't believe it's him.
I would take it. I feel like that you made it in that
He's
moment.
Trash. I did. I had my LA thing. I was like, no one came to the show. We weren't necessarily very good, but we had a good story for life.
I say to Abby all the time, we know we're a success when people on Twitter start saying the podcast is great, but the host sucks. That's when we're like, all right, we're doing something right.
Yeah. Listen, exactly. You want to have some reaction.
If you're in the right place at the right time for Tom Petty, for all the stars to align, for Tom Petty to be blasted in the afternoon, yelling for Johnny Depp, and then to look over at you did something to get there.
Movie. Forget it. Yeah. And he's like, I'm not coming to your shitty band show. No, I'm Tom Petty. Even as drunk as I am, I'm going to say no to that right away.
Needless to say, I think your music is worthy of his time.
Oh, that's so nice.
As far as the lyrics and songwriting go, I mean, it's nothing out of bounds that wouldn't, I don't think, stir his curiosity.
So nice. It's definitely in that vein of trying to get to good songs. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that would be, even when I was doing the record, I said, what if a Tom Petty came in? Could I play it for him? Could I do that? So I did. Yeah. I would put myself in that test.
While we're on the topic, you've been working on this record for how? Just tell Abby, for instance, how long this has been gestating.
Well, I would say the last time officially I recorded or released a record was in 2003.
Wow.
And then I started the demos in 2007. And then I was pretty much finished 5 of the songs by 2014. And then they sat like a bunch of shoes in your closet until 2020, then kind of just pulled them out and got them mixed. Same tracks that I recorded all the way back then. So it's been a long time. It's not often that people put out a project that's, almost 20 years old. Right.
Yeah, it's very unique. And
I like that she's laughing. She's like, really? How crazy is this guy?
I love it.
Oh, it's madness. And I wish I could say it's not, but the worst part of it is that I believed it was going to come out every year. So it makes it even more delusional. It's like, oh, okay, so you're just completely insane. Like, I think so, yes.
I think she's used to it. I have been working on a novel for 10 years.
Oh, that's great.
And very similar. Next year it's going to come out. But for real, no doubt, next year it is coming. And now it's on tape, and I know.
That's right. Really listen, now it's in the annals, right? You're just going to go back and say, hello, Mr. Ryan, did you state on such and such day? You're like, I did. And I believed it.
It's all done. I'm just waiting for the right time. Actually, we're doing the book release in LA if you want to meet us there.
Oh, that's so seriously, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
When are you doing release it?
Probably next summer.
Oh, that's so nice. And is it a fiction or is it?
Yeah, it's fiction.
Nice job, man. Well, I'm in all fairness, I would love to, support it and loves to read it. And thank you. That's so cool.
I'll send when it comes out. I'll send you a copy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
bother.
please do. Yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely.
bother Ray for some
please
PR.
do. Yeah, that's great. Because we, just like all of business, people know so many people. So that'd be great.
Yeah, of course, of course. What's one thing you do surprisingly well that no one would know?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Complain. Oh my gosh. Not much. I can put an enormous amount of peanut butter on a Hershey bar and eat it. That's it.
Okay.
Just like, a lot. Strikingly, almost like half the container.
Well, okay, let's back back up here. Are you talking about the full size? Or are we talking
like
mini?
get a bar? It's sort of like a
Yeah.
poor man's ghetto version of a Hershey, of a Reese's peanut butter cup, right? So instead, you just get the bar itself, and then you get the whole tub of peanut butter, and you actually see how much you can get on the spoon, on the knife, and then you got to break it into little squares. Like the Hershey bar is perfect, like perforated to like that's it. And then you try to see, it's
that's a very unique talent that
it's a cholesterol game.
Back in my drinking days, I would try that immediately. And like, all right, so
here I go. Right.
Here we go. Crunching snow underfoot or crunching leaves underfoot?
Leaves.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Yeah. Fall. It's just the whole thing. Yeah, definitely leaves. And also because I'm a redneck. I grew up sort of in the woods of New Jersey. So my mother and father didn't really want to raise us very well. So they just made us run in the woods a lot. So yeah.
They're like, get out of here, go run in the woods.
It was the 70s.
As you can see, so I love the song Leaves, by the way. That's where that comes from. A loose connecting thread, but it's there.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great. And I actually answered the honest question, and I was like, oh shit, that's the name of the song.
Oh yeah. While they do seem random, the questions are tailored a little bit.
I'm noticing. Yes, you're walking me down this primrose path. Oh boy. Yes.
This is a perfect one to go to next. And we'll see if you can make the connection. Subway sandwiches or popcorn?
Oh, I'm already now. See, now I'm getting tested. I got nervous. Oh boy, I kind of don't like either, but I'll go Subway sandwiches. Yeah. My kid listens to this animator, The Odd Ones Out, and he has this awesome, great story about him working and he calls it Subway, so he doesn't get sued. It's his kid. He's like in his 20s, and it's this awesome. He drew this character. You should look it up. It's called The Odd Ones Out, and he has this awesome story about working at Subway and how he hated it and got fired and stole things and lit things on fire. So it's quite funny. So yeah, Subway. I'll pick Subway.
Subway. All right.
Subway.
So that question stems from Sub Pop.
I thought so. I was like that.
It's such
the popcorn. You see, I got nervous, right? You see, I'm never going to be on Jeopardy. Holy crap! My Jersey schooling just showed up there. As soon as you said, I missed I was like, I hate popcorn. Then Sub Pop.
Yeah. That's a real dumb question when you think about it.
And I didn't get it right, so there you go.
I think it makes you better for not picking up on it. What were you like when you were 21 years old?
I didn't drink, so it was atomically like super Doctor Who-ish nerd. Really, I sadly think I was still a virgin. Like I was bad. Like I was really, I was not. I was pretty nerdy.
Were you playing music at the time?
We were in the band. I started the band at 18, so we were kind of all there. And we sort of moved in together in a house when I was 20, 21. So yeah, it was, that was at that time. It was fun. Nerdy, but hopeful, nerdy but hopeful.
Nerdy but hopeful. That's the theme of this podcast. I've got to write that down. I like that line. That encapsulates me as well. Nerdy but hopeful.
Listen, dude, I'm telling you,
I like that.
it's kind of it really is a way. It's a way of the world.
Nowadays it is. It's a positive thing. Are you currently as I read this one, oh man, are you currently mad at anyone or anything?
At this moment, I'm not really a mad type of kind of guy. So I'm not mad at anything. So that's good.
That is good. You don't seem like a mad person whatsoever.
Yeah, it's I have enough to be upset about life.
For the listeners at home, he's throwing things, he's breaking things.
Yes, I'm just like,
he ripped his shirt
things.
off.
Right.
What's your favorite punctuation?
I think the middle finger.
Ooh.
I think that sort of always helps when I'm trying to get my point across, right? So people understand, no commas, no semicolons, just.
We're going to call that the New Jersey exclamation point.
See, now there you go. There's the title for my book, the New Jersey exclamation point.
You can have that one.
Thank you. I feel like that's free.
It's good. Oh, what's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Curse the alarm, for sure. Yeah, that's stupid. The iPhone, the fucking ring.
Which one do you have? Which?
All suck. I don't know. I have like the 10 or whatever. Is my little.
No. Which alarm do you use? Because there's different.
I even set the alarm for this thing, so I didn't miss it. Hold on, see if I can set that damn thing. 8. Hold on one second. I get through this very quickly. I'm getting old, so I can't even see what the hell I'm looking at. And that's
everyone has their different alarm sound of choice.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I have the set thing. It's the one you always hear.
Like that one.
Yeah, and it just I don't know.
Is that it? What is it, Abby?
No, I was just saying I don't like that sound.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a hideous sound. But then I changed it once, and I had like this Brahms Requiem, which was even more depressing. Every time I woke up, I wanted to die. I was like, holy shit, I'm still here. God damn. Anyway. Thing.
That's what I have.
Oh God, that thing sucks. Anyway, there it is.
It's weird. It's weird. Even just hearing that now, I'm like, it gives me like a visceral reaction.
Right. You already don't want to pay rent. You already hate the IRS. You're just completely miserable.
I use that sound for my timers. So usually if it's going off, something good is happening.
Oh, there you go. That's nicer.
What are you timing that's like good? Like baking?
Maybe.
Just like, what else are you timing? You're like timing, you're just like timing people on the street to race.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Baking is such a hard art though. Oh my goodness. All the butter. Yeah.
Abby makes great cookies.
That's just, I'm telling you, that is like that is an incredible art, baking. For sure. So hard.
Let's all get together and bake. That means Abby's gonna have to bake. I bake, but it's Nestle Toulouse.
Listen, I give her all the credit. I couldn't do it. It's you have to follow the recipes. Baking's really
it's like chemistry,
right?
Yeah.
I think you have to really, yeah.
Can you change a tire?
I can. Yes, yeah? I've been in a band. All band.
Oh yes.
All band people can, men and women in bands can change tires really fast, like the Indianapolis 500.
With your teeth.
Yeah, with absolute right, exactly. Just go and just do it with your hand. You're like, that's it. Let's go.
Not even with a tire iron. You're just I do it with my fingers.
Gnaw the tire off. Man, I can't. Yeah, every story, every question you ask, I have some hideous band story. We broke down driving from Boston, some back road. It was like 3 a.m. We've been touring forever. We were exhausted, and then of course we got a flat tire. It was like winter. We were gonna get eaten by like cheetahs and wolves and shit. We're on this abandoned road. We have a spare tire on the back of the van, so we're like, this is gonna be no problem because we're so poor and punk rock. The bolts had corroded onto the thing, so you couldn't get the tire off of the van to change it. So here we are, 4 losers in the dark with a spare tire, but we can't get it off the back door, right? It's bolted onto the back door.
Oh man.
I know, telling you.
This is what we live for, those stories. So feel free to
Oh my God, no! I already told you I've almost been shot. I get worried. Tom Petty. I have too many stories.
This is exactly why we started the podcast, because we love these stories, and we feel that these dumb questions elicit more honest insight and answers.
Yes.
Do you remember your first email address?
I think it's the same one that I still have, actually.
Really?
Believe it or not. Yeah.
Wow.
It's it's the same. It's the same one, and it's not very fancy. It's just 03@gmail. I've had it forever.
Abby, what was yours?
Oh, I don't remember. I do remember that it was Hotmail.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say this: he was probably had a few years on us to where ours were real. We were like a little bit younger, so ours were stupid. Like ours were like I don't know, like skateboarder or whatever, something like that. Just shy of it being like my name,
Right. Well, you guys are a lot younger than me, so yes. So my name was like email at email. Does this work at an email? What is an email at email? Right.
I didn't think any of it would last, so I was just like, whatever.
Right.
I didn't think I'd be using, it when I was 39 years old to send like a resume.
I know, your life, exactly, for everything.
Jeez Louise. What's your grandmother's maiden name?
My grandma's maiden name. Wow. Shoot, I just had it. Charlotte. I lost it. I can't get it. I'm sorry. I forgot it. Good question. Good question.
Yeah. You'll think of it right when we're done.
Yeah.
If
Montague. There you go. Charlotte
Really?
Montague. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
All right. That's good. Oh my goodness.
Way to go.
You're testing me now.
Good pool. As you can see, we are award-winning journalists, and we
We're also currently trying to break into your email.
Oh yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You're just like,
what was your pet's name?
Right. You're like, well, let's see. He's of the 90s, so it's probably passcode 123. He's already in there, like deleting my emails. It's like, well, this is stupid.
Kevin 123.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh, this poor man.
Oh, that's funny. This is great. Did you know there is a professional baseball player named Kevin Whelan?
I did. Well, it's kind of yes, because when I had, I always had a job, right? And one of my bosses at the time, he was super cool. And he knew that I was in this band that would sort of disappear on the weekends, and he would kind of let me do it, right? He'd sort of let me sneak out of the office a little early. And he would make fun of me. He's like, the only thing that comes up with your name is Kevin Whelan, the pitcher for the Yankees or whatever it was, because he liked the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So yes, it's that was funny. I remember him telling me, he's like, look, this is him. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is fun. We have a good friend who is also on the podcast. His name is Eric Schmidt, and that is used to be, I think, is the CEO of Google. So
yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Not him though. So, Jimi Hendrix or Jim Morrison?
Jim Morrison.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Any particular reason?
I think it's a rites of passage for at least kids of the 70s and 80s that they had to have a Doors period, right? It's like 15 or 16 when they want to smoke pot or like, become a man, right? Jim Morrison was sort of like the first superhero, I think, for, rock wannabes for sure.
Did you have a Jim Morrison poster ever?
I had the cover. Yeah, I kept the cover out, right? Where he's looking 26 and amazing. You're like, what is that? Even then I was like, he looks cool. And the record sounded so cool. And also I was a piano player, so I loved that they didn't have a bass player. They just had the bass, the left-handed bass keyboard.
I love the piano and Touch Me.
Oh yeah, totally. So good. All that Ray Manzarek stuff.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff. It was and what an incredible drummer. He's one of the best drummers in rock. I mean, stuff that he did. So yeah, not a huge Doors head, but
well, fun fact, Jim Morrison, born in Florida.
There you go.
Yep.
Where was it? What Florida? Where in Florida?
I think Melbourne. I think it was we're looking it up, folks.
I would go to Florida every Christmas.
Melbourne, I was right.
Oh, look at that. Whoa, for the win.
Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia.
Right.
You go to Florida or you used to?
I used to go to Florida every year. I used to go back in the 70s and early 80s. My uncle was a repo man.
Oh, cool.
He was quite the character. Super successful and very Florida. He lived in Hollywood. So
that's not far from me.
So it was lots of fun.
Yeah. Florida's hit or miss. Is your second toe longer than your big toe?
Yes, it's longer.
Now we're cloning you.
Yes, please improve me. Yes, it's longer. I didn't expect the interview to be quite like this, so this is great. Thank you for throwing me off. I've never been asked that question, I think, in my life. So thank you.
Well, we pride ourselves. That's the whole thing. Is our interview. No one will ask you these questions. We pride ourselves on being different. Also, there's a huge difference between me and Abby writing these questions by ourselves, just being funny. Asking them is a whole different ballgame. To someone's face.
You guys must be like, no, you ask this one. No, that's just so stupid. No, you do it. It's going to be great.
What do you keep your thermostat set to?
Oh, 67.
Wow, cold.
Yeah, a little chilly. Yeah, I have two boys. They're like hot bears. I don't need them waking up in the middle of the goddamn night, So my wife, she's just like, holy shit. She's like, it's like these sheets are like knives. We keep it cold.
I like it. Cold at night. I agree. You bundle up.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. You get a hot flash in the middle of the night. Everything's going to be all right.
Do you do New Year's resolutions?
Apparently not. Because year after year, I fail at whatever I've been trying to achieve. No, I don't. I don't do them.
If you had to think of one for next year, what would it be?
Oh boy. Let me think. Hey, for next year, I think it would be to like go surfing. I think that would be a New Year's resolution. That would be fun, right?
Yeah. Coming down to Florida.
I'm not a very good surfer. Where are you?
I'm about 30 minutes from Hollywood, Florida.
Oh man, yeah. See, it's beautiful. That beautiful weather. Those beaches are nice.
Yeah, it is beautiful today. It was like 60 and sunny. I loved it today.
Oh yeah. One of my best friends lives down there, right? And he's he has great success. He used to be the MC at the candy store when the candy store was the candy store.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, right. A lot of stuff in Florida, that's for sure.
In the shower, what do you wash first? We're going for it today, folks.
So you guys write these in advance, or you're just like sending it to each other right now? Okay. So because I do the exact same thing every time. I think for some odd reason, I wash my left arm like it's the dirtiest part of me. So I don't know. That's where I go every time.
Do you think it's like a muscle memory that you just get like,
Yeah, it's
go this
definitely
way?
right. And it's no rhyme and reason, right? I know people go up or they start bottom down, like it's, no, I for some reason I go right to my shoulder because that apparently needs the most soap. Yeah, I don't know. Something.
I'm one of those, I start shampoo and then work down.
Oh, there you go. That's a good path. Yeah. That's a good path.
Let me ask you, man to man.
Yeah.
Do you wash your feet, or do you just like, they're getting wet?
I know this is probably not on the chart because it feels like you're off-road right now.
Yeah.
But I think most men, if they're telling the truth, probably wash their feet once a quarter.
Yeah.
Where you're really just getting into it, like you're just gonna wash your feet. Yeah, I don't see most men kind of. Do you wash your feet every day?
Again, I'm just thinking, I look down, they're getting wet. Soap is
getting wet, the soap falling down there. Yeah, it's actually like massage your feet. I don't think it's a guy thing.
I can't reach them. So
yeah, I don't want to bend down. I was like, I'll be all right.
I feel like I'd fall.
Exactly. I don't want to fall in the shower.
Oh, this is an Abby question. What's your favorite Little Debbie snack or treat?
Ooh, now that's a great question. Because I am a big fan of, being from New Jersey and Pennsylvania, you have Tasty Cake. Of course, there's Hostess. But when you go Midwest, you go around, I would say the little chocolate one with the chocolate covering, like the
Swiss roll or something?
The Swiss roll.
Yeah.
The Swiss roll. That's it. Yes.
Good answer. Abigail?
Can Abby make a Swiss roll? They're like delicious.
Ooh. That's a good question.
I've never tried a Swiss roll. Tried to make one, I mean.
Yeah,
But that is a good answer.
That is a good answer. This comes from her just like housing these the Christmas tree ones.
Yeah. So she's not even messing around. She just gets the box and go, or just like what? Yeah. I like that she's shaking her head like, yes, I'm a professional. I eat the box. That's right. Right.
She eats like a 13-year-old boy who's stoned also.
Oh, right.
And somehow she looks great.
Yes.
I wish I could do it.
She does. It's a magic, right? A 13-year-old boy. It's like, well, I'm gonna have Doritos and Gatorade and probably some Debbie snacks for like an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna have some Sour Patch Kids and I'm good. Right?
Yeah. Oh, you just got to add in a Butterfinger that's been like sitting in the car for like a few days and we're
yes. Like, well, how old is this? Is there a wrapper? It's like, well, if I suck it, it's going to be okay.
Oh my goodness. When's the last time you went to a public library?
Oh gosh. Let's see. I would say 19.
19. Starting like that seems weird.
I know it's offensive. I would say 1997, 98. And my mother's a librarian, so she would be horrified. And to go to a library with a library card and to get some books out, I think it was that long ago.
Wow. Okay. We got to get you to a library.
I know. We're from New Jersey, so reading is optional.
That's why there's no signs.
See, we don't need a daily test, right? Signs are not going to help us.
No.
Love it.
What's the last movie you watched in full?
Yes. Last movie at a movie theater, I watched the new James Bond movie.
Oh, any good?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah. It's a little long, but it was pretty good. Good James Bond. Good James Bond movie. Yeah, it was weird being in the theater after so long. That was kind of an interesting event, but nice.
Yeah, it definitely is. What have you seen any live music recently?
No, I have not seen any live music in a long time.
That's gonna feel weird too. We've seen some respectively gone to some shows, and it is one, it's so rewarding, and it's like, oh my God, this is why we love music and all that stuff, but it is very, you feel like you're doing something wrong almost.
Yeah, I would imagine. Right. Yeah, it's I feel bad for all my friends that are really touring bands that play all the time. That's tricky. That's hard. It's hard for everybody. Right.
Yeah, indeed. Well, tell us what's next for Kevin Whelan and Aeon Station.
Okay. Well, I have one more kind of advanced song coming out, and that's called Alpine Drive. It's the last song on the album. That will come out just before the record is released on December 10th via Sub Pop. And they're just incredible. Sub Pop is just incredible. I mean, they made vinyl. It just couldn't be nicer people. So December 10th is the next kind of big moment to have something released. And after waiting for 20 years, it's kind of fun. It's in a humble way. It's very nice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Abby lives in Alpine, Wyoming, so that's fitting.
Oh, are you in Wyoming right now? Oh my goodness. Wyoming is amazing. It's big.
It's very cold and windy.
Yeah. One of my favorite, my Wyoming story is we were driving, because you just drive in Wyoming, right? As you know, forever. And we're driving and we're in tour. So I don't even think we had a gig. I can't remember. We played somewhere in Wyoming, whatever. We had to go somewhere. So we're driving late through the night, as most bands do. And we're driving. It's dark. And then all of a sudden, there's some guy in the middle of the road just waving his hands as if it's like a psycho killer nightmare movie. And because it's all dark, as Abby knows, like it's just pitch dark except for the stars, and you're driving, and literally out of the blue, someone's there. We had to swerve out of the way, and we're like, holy crap. And of course, we're just in a van. We can't stop because we're afraid if we pull over and help them, they're going to like axe us or do something weird, even though that's not the way people are in Wyoming, right? But anyway, we keep driving, and then long story short, all of a sudden we come to a screeching stop because the entire road was gone, right? It's so Wyoming, it just kind of caved in. And we were going at least like 80 miles an hour in the middle of the night. We would all have been dead in seconds, except for that ghost. And we wonder if it was like one of those like ghost stories, because it was just so like, it was just there in front of us, waving his arms. And we looked back and it was like sort of, we didn't see him again. So we sort of all believed in ghosts that saved us from Wyoming, right?
Fair. It's a very good state.
It's a great, good people. It was a nice ghost. He didn't have to do that, frankly.
No.
He had other ghostly duties to do that night. But he helped 4 guys from New Jersey out. It was very kind, very Wyoming of him.
I'm so happy he did that.
Or
we wouldn't be here. Okay, great. Everyone go follow Aeon Station on Instagram, AEON Station, just one word. Absolutely. And listen to Kevin Whelan's music. It's so great. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you
to both of you.
It was so much fun. Really, really thanks. And thanks for supporting the music. And I can't wait to read your book.
Still have more time. Year after year, paid in more than my crime. 1,000 night shifts, all in with the sun. Still breaking rocks into songs we never get done. my love, I need you by my side. Don't listen to the rush of the falling waves. I'm on my way, I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way, I'm on my way back home. Everything can be replaced except for your time. So I'm coming back to you and I'll take back what's mine. Come hell or high water, they won't keep me from you. Hold strong in this fight, 'cause we're almost